Mhm.
All right, so this is episode 15. We I don't know if you know or not. We kind of just get on here and hang out, talk arm wrestling. It's nothing really super professional. We just hang out, have a good time, and
I
just
like
talk about future events and what we got going on. So, um, everybody knows, but go ahead and introduce yourself. You
Yeah,
need no introduction, but tell
yeah,
us.
yeah. So I'm Sarah Bäckman, arm wrestler from Sweden, but I live in Florida for 10 years now. So American now.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
How long have you been arm wrestling?
So I actually have my anniversary coming up here, November 19. That will be my 17th year.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started?
It was just 2 weeks before my 15th birthday, so I was like 14. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so being from Sweden, you know, is it's taken a lot more seriously over there, right?
Oh my God, yes. Like over there, it's an actual sport, right? So like you pay a fee to actually arm wrestle. Like it's not like you meet up at somebody's house and pull. It's like you pay a fee every year or every quarter, and then you show up twice a week and kind of have to show up. But you paid for it.
Yeah.
It's very structured, and we have tournaments, every 3 months or so in Sweden, um, where everybody usually just go to and train for all the time, and then European Championship, nationals, World Championships, like everything is always very like in a system,
Yeah.
and you have to wear sports attire. You can't show up in a jeans. You can't drink beer. Like it's in a sports facility, So it's just looked at very differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something we lack over here, I feel like. It's just not, I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
It's, and don't get me wrong, I'll be the first to say we have tournaments in bars, we have tournaments in, not the most professional
Yeah.
setting, but it's just different over here for some reason. But I do wish that there was more structure because,
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like that's the model, right?
Right. And especially like I love Americans that actually like, and I get, arm wrestling, you don't make a ton of money and you gotta pay out of pocket or get sponsors, but I love Americans that actually travel outside, because that's like the ultimate way to grow as an athlete and as a person too, like personally.
Yeah.
You got to experience other cultures and feel other arm wrestlers out there, and maybe that would be a wake-up call, like holy shit, like if they're that strong, like what do I need to do? And maybe you self-reflect, and I
Yeah.
think that's very necessary if you want to make it to the next level.
No, I agree completely. And I feel like that's something that we like when we go to East West. If you see the West guys go over there and we lose, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's because we don't travel around, we don't pull the best, right? I
Yep.
mean, take, for example, our round robins, right? We
Hmm.
just got together the 98 round robin, and
Hmm.
like a lot of those guys had never even pulled each other, and they live in the same country.
Yeah.
So it's like, why is that?
Yeah.
So that's one goal we have with these round robins. We're trying
Yeah.
to get the best together.
I know it's so fantastic what you're doing. Like I am like ecstatic for
Yeah.
this. It's gonna be great, and like
Oh,
you're doing already, like it's so cool. Like this is it. You got to like we have to stop dodging each other. Like we have to figure out like who is the best. Let's get a ranking going. Let's
yes.
because that's how we're gonna make it to the next level as well, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's all about establishing a pecking order, Like
yeah,
it's not going to be perfect. Round robins aren't perfect,
right.
You take stamina into account. There's a
Mhm.
lot of factors,
Mhm.
but it's the best way to get everybody together and to
Mhm.
let them pull
I
all in
agree.
one spot,
I agree.
So yeah, we're ecstatic to have
Yeah.
you. Like for you to jump on board. I was over the moon. I was in my car with my wife, and
Oh
I think your husband hit me up,
yeah.
and he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh my God, we got Sarah. Let's go."
No, but like for me, it's obvious because when I found out about the 198 men round robin, I was like, this is so cool. Like I was like, because I'm an arm wrestling fan, and I'm a fan and a friend to so many of these guys, right? So I was like, this is so great for our sport. And then I was like thinking out loud. I spoke to a couple people, and I was like, I wish there was a women's round robin, And then within a week, it appeared.
Yeah.
So, and I think the 154 category is like I'm almost more excited for that than the heavyweight. Like,
So I had originally planned just to do one class, and then there was so much interest from the other girls, and I'm like, well, why don't we just get everybody together one weekend? Like, why split it?
Yeah.
We've had it planned for a while. My partner Chris, he's off camera right now, but I think
I'm still here.
I got to give him credit. It was his idea.
Awesome, Chris.
We did the 154 men's back in May, and we had the 198 planned, and I want to say it was Tamara Mitz, and I can't remember who she was pulling, but she was pulling somebody in the Canadian event. I think it's
Michelle Dugan.
That was it. And me and Chris was watching it at a practice, and he looked at me. He's like, "Bro, we got to do a women round robin." I'm like, "Let's do it, man."
Yeah.
It feels like women arm wrestling is very entertaining, right? It's very competitive, and I'm just so glad to be able to do it. It's going to be awesome.
It's great. And in Tennessee too. Like, I personally love Tennessee so much. I'm looking forward to this for so many reasons.
So you've been to Tennessee a lot?
Yeah, no, one time, but like I can't. It's been 3 years. I can't wait to go back. Like, I'm a big fan.
Where at in Tennessee?
We went to Gatlinburg.
Okay.
In January, so it was like cold and cozy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about an hour from the venue to Gatlinburg.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like close to Knoxville. Or...
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's roughly 20-30 minutes from Knoxville. It's not far at all.
Awesome.
Yeah. Tim Talmadge says, "Yo, what's up?"
Hey, Tim.
But everyone knows you. Everyone knows your accomplishments. But give us a little rundown on like some of your highest achievements for some that may not know.
Yeah. Okay. So 17 years I've been an arm wrestler, and like when I started, I was. It changed my life like overnight, right? Like I discovered the sport, and I was like, this is it. This is my calling. Like I felt it internally. Like I had it. Like, and I have a tendency to obsess of things. And when I'm like fanatic, right? So that's what I did for 7 years. It was all it consumed me, right? Like I was obsessed. I wanted to be the best so bad, right? So that's what I did, and I accomplished everything I set out to do. There's a couple women left that I have not beat in the world, and they have retired since and stuff, but it's okay, But then I got an opportunity to move to America due to a job, right? And so I moved with a work visa and all that. Unfortunately, I did not like the job, so I quit. But in that same time, like I decided to stay in America and kind of fell out of arm wrestling, right? Because the job I had signed up for at the time said, well, if you decide to do this, you can no longer arm wrestle. And I was like, ugh. But at the time, I had already won like everything that was possible to win. 8 world titles. I had won Slotty Tour 4 times. Like there was nothing left to do. So I was like, all right, let's do this. Well, let's take this opportunity, right? So, but then it was so hard to come back to it and to transition, like to move from one country to another is like, it's a hard transition. Like everything is, different. So it took me years to get me back on my feet. And then I missed arm wrestling and decided to come back. I did like a mini comeback in 2017. I had a super match with Heidi Cordner and I won that, but it was not the same mindset that I was used to have, like that obsession was not there. But then in 2019, I got an opportunity to pull Gabby and at WAL.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I need to do something in my life. Like I was happy with my life, but I needed something for me. So I took this match and I lost. I tore my shoulder. It was a big mess. I was going through a divorce in the same time. So it was, I had to move. Like, it was just like my life was a mess in 2019. But then 2020, like a lot of people will say that COVID was like the worst time in their life, but for me, it was the opposite.
Hey, I agree with that. Like for me, for some reason, I don't know why. Obviously,
Was it a
tragic.
good year for you? It was a good year?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
enjoyed I was able to stay home with my kids, and
Yeah.
that was the best part for me.
That's awesome.
Able to really spend time with my family. Like,
yeah, I guess
enjoyed it.
it's how you look at it. Like look at it, the glass half full, half empty, or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's awesome for you. Like it was the same for me. Like I had just bought a new house. The gyms were closed, but I was training in my garage all day long. Like I was just on a mission to make it back to the top. So, and I did. And so to speak about that, like some of my best accomplishments, besides my 8 world titles and my 6 slotty tour titles, 2020, I actually won a round robin tournament in 165 pro men in Florida. I won undefeated. It was 13 guys in my category, and I just won. So that's like one of my greatest achievements too. Like I peaked for that because I had just for 9 months trained like an animal. Like I was coming back to my old self, and that's who I am. Like I love to train. I love to have a goal, crush it, set a new goal, crush it again. So yeah.
So I gotta ask. So obviously you've had success pulling men. Have you and we had Marlene on last night, right?
Yeah.
And I asked her the same question. Like, how does it feel to just be able to just snatch a dude's soul? Like,
I mean, okay, so it of course there is some satisfaction to it, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I'm a female and you're not supposed to be stronger, but at the same time, like I dedicate my life to arm wrestling. So if you meet somebody else that is not an arm wrestler, especially, like, why do you feel bad? Like I don't feel bad if I don't out dance somebody, because I'm not a dancer. But no, but like I like it, especially if they think they can beat me easily and they have an attitude.
Yeah,
that's the best, when I just shut them down.
Yeah.
Do
they get pissed at you when you slam them?
No, like everybody are very respectful. I've only had like maybe one incident over the years, and he was kind of like he was not having it, and I was cheating and this and that. Like I have a lot of internet trolls, right? Comment messages like that. But in person, to my face, only one guy was kind of funny about it.
Well, that's good.
Everybody are so respectful usually.
That's good. I mean, I feel like arm wrestling's a family,
Exactly.
If you're involved in the sport at all, we all have an understanding. Like we're all family. There's no bitterness. It is what it is.
Exactly.
So who do you get to train with down there?
Okay, so recently for this, I have a match at East versus West in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In 12 days. Yeah. So for the last 3 months, I have been traveling every week. Just because this match is so important to me, and I love my team, and I host practices every week at my gym, and I have for years. But I need more reliable, like in my team, there's only one other guy that's like serious.
Yeah.
And he's focusing on his own stuff, right? So I have actually seen out specific people and said, hey, can I practice with you Thursday? And then I have actually driven all over Florida, and I even went to Utah with Bob Brown, and I trained with them over there, just to get me as most prepared as possible for this match.
Yeah.
Because she's a big woman, like she's tall, she's very like, tall.
Who is it you're pulling?
Her name is Egle Vaitkute from Lithuania.
Okay, yeah, I remember seeing her. She looks very good. Like
she's phenomenal, right? She's been arm wrestling. Like she's not very like active on social media, but she's been around since early 2000. Like she's been arm wrestling for over 20 years. She's world champion close to 30 times. Like she is it. Like it's a couple women in the world that's walking around that's like monsters, and she's one of them.
Right.
So this is a big one for me. But after this match, I don't know what's next. I have nothing else lined up, so we'll see if I'll probably just resume practice here in my town, and people can come to me for a little bit.
Yeah.
And we'll see what's next. You know.
Yeah. I saw you out there practicing with Bob.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I say it every time, and I'm gonna continue to say it. Bob is a very big part of what we're doing. He has supported us in every round robin we've did.
Yep.
He's reached out and said, "Hey, let me give you guys some money for the prize money pot." And I'm like, dude, I can't thank him enough. Like, he's a big.
Nowhere close.
He donated a lot of money to this women round robin, so I just want to give him his credit. Bob's a great guy.
Yes, and he really. Yeah, he's phenomenal on so many levels. Like as an athlete, as a businessman, as a friend. Like he's just a good person.
Yeah, he really is.
So a great asset for our sport, truly.
For sure.
Definitely. So I saw you. Were you getting stem cells done?
Yeah. I got 2 rounds of stem cells. One 6 weeks ago, and yesterday I got again. And it's great. It just speeds up the healing, and you just feel more connected. And it's going to be great now because I only have 2 more workouts before I rest for 10 days. So I'm just going to heal because I'm dealing with some aches and pains. You know how it is when you train for a long time.
Definitely. We got another comment. Dan Plexman says, "Hello, everyone."
Hello.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how you do over there in East West. Obviously, big fans. It's going to be exciting.
It's a good card too. Like all the matches are like holy shit, you know.
Yeah,
so
it is. So going back to the round robin, obviously you're the top.
I think we lost him.
Yeah.
So I think what he was going to ask, you're at the top of your level, Did you see anyone going undefeated in the round robin?
Well, so that's the thing. Like, of all the names that's on there, I think Sarah Wilson will be dangerous. I felt her a couple weeks ago just on a practice table in Canada, and she's like, "Hey, welcome back."
Yeah, sorry, I'm froze right now. Somebody called me.
Yeah.
When they call me, it freezes my stuff.
We were just assuming your question was going to be about the people in the round robin.
Yeah, so obviously we don't have it full yet, but we're close. And you're the top lady, and I'm sure you've pulled most of them. But who are you looking forward to pulling most?
Okay, my question was totally different.
Yeah, but it kind of blends in. Okay, so out of all of the ones I'm seeing so far, Sarah Wilson is kind of dangerous, right? So I felt her on a practice table 2 months ago, and she's legit. Like she has that hardness, like especially women. Women can be strong, but they don't have the hardness like when it's like you're hitting a wall, right?
Yeah.
But Sarah Wilson kind of have that. So that's going to be very interesting. And I'm kind of working on getting Heidi Cordner to sign up too. She will be fun to have in the mix. Yeah. And that's another thing with the round robin. Like it's so, like everybody has to go against each other. So you never know the outcome. It's so exciting, It
is.
What if they have a match or I have a match with one of them and I get tired, anything can happen.
Yes. Something I can say with with the 54 and the 98, even round 9, 10, 11, you may know your top 2, but we're paying out the 6th. So everything is important. Yeah. You may have 6th and 7th battling it out like, oh man, I really need to get in that money spot, And so every match is important and it's cool. It really is. Yeah. What was your question, Chris?
Well, I was going to the 98s, but she went to the 54s, I do believe. I said something about, did you see anybody going undefeated in the round robin? But she went to the 54s. I was talking about the 98s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, were you talking about the guys?
Yeah, I was, but
okay.
It's okay. I just ran with it because I don't really talk on this. I
was just assuming the women. We were talking about the women.
Yes, we got a question here. from Dan. He says, Sarah, do you know if stem cells help with all types of injuries, specifically burn injuries or scar tissue?
Yes. Okay. Personal thing, I have a ton of scar tissue in my shoulders because I've tore both shoulders. I've had full rotator cuff repair on both sides, and I got stem cells done. And like within days, it's always been cracky and tight, but like I'm completely, knock on wood, cured. I cannot believe I had shoulder surgery this year. Like,
Wow.
yeah, I'm like back to close to 100% with my left now. Like it's phenomenal. And as far as burn injuries, yes. So Dr. Mark, the stem cell doc, the guys that's doing all the injections for all of us, he showed me somebody he personally known, an 18-year-old kid. He was playing with gasoline in the fire, and he sparked gasoline in the fire, and the fire came back at him, and he got burned like 90% of his body. Like he was like in intensive care for months, like wrapped and everything. And in 8 months, he's almost back. Like his skin completely healed. And it was stem cells. That's all what Dr. Mark is doing. So burn injuries for sure, scar tissues for sure. Like
Okay.
yeah, so we actually talked about it yesterday because somebody asked. Like my husband, he has a torn labrum in his shoulder, and he was dealing with pain issues for a year, and eventually it's gonna heal where it's torn, right? And the scar tissue will like be there.
Yeah.
But so if something is like torn, like the stem cells is gonna make it grow back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
like
it's regenerative.
exactly. That's what it does. Yeah, there's a whole science behind it. Like it's so interesting.
That definitely seems like that's the new thing that's taken off, and it's
Sounds like something that I need.
yeah,
Yeah.
Chris. Yeah, we need to get you linked up. You and
Yeah.
your old joints and your old
My
wrists and elbows.
my elbows and my shoulders are smacked. I need something.
Yeah.
It's good that science has progressed to the point where we can have that. For far too long. I've been around the sport since I was 5 years old. I'm 28 now.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, so I got to travel around with my dad and just see everything, see the promotion side, see the pulling and all that. So hold on, buddy. And I always remember seeing, like, back then, science wasn't great, right? I would see some elite guys get injured bad, and then you wouldn't hear from them for another 3-4 years. So it's good that we have that available where now you can go get repaired and you're back as soon as you can be.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Hold on, buddy. I'm doing something. I'll be in there in a minute. Sorry, that's some sign. But yeah, that's definitely good. So you guys got a good connection with that doctor.
Yes.
And he's doing that thing in Vegas in January, correct?
Yes. Yeah, VitaCell, the company, it will be in Vegas in January, and Dr. Mark will be there. And it should be.
Yeah, one of our guys are going out there. He got invited, Robbie Russell. He's our teammate, and he'll be going out there. So that'll be good for him to experience it.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll like it.
Yeah. So I know you said you got East West, and you don't have anything else planned for the near future.
No, but we kind of just purchased the FAL, Florida Arm Wrestling League. Me and my husband.
I was watching that pod where your husband and Chance was talking about that. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the opportunity came. Like we've been around, Florida Arm Wrestling for a while now, and we just agree with the vision Chance has. He's a global arm wrestler. He's been around, and my husband has been a promoter for years with other things, and he felt that he could make a difference. And I feel like all of us together can put our, strengths together and create something good. So I'll probably stay busy with that, but not busy enough to take away from my own career. Like I'm still gonna push very hard, like because I have my goal. I want to be the best, right?
Yeah.
But hopefully, like I can help Florida Arm Wrestling League reach the next level too. So that'd be cool. You know.
Yeah, I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing down there, and now you guys got it. And I'm always supportive of other promoters.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's another thing I've seen through the years.
Yeah.
It was always kind of, hey,
Yeah.
you can't outdo me or whatever. No, that's not how it should be. It should be
shouldn't be.
unified.
I agree. And now it's like arm wrestling is getting so big. Like there's like 5 events and on any given Saturday.
Yes.
Like it's almost too much now.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. That's funny you say that though. Like me and Chris, we're not known on the global level. So it's amazing to us. Right. Not yet. Hey, we're trying. That's our goal. But it's still amazing to us kind of that we're able to put together these things. And we talk on the phone all the time and we're just like, bro, how in the world are we able to do this? But with that being said, it's not really about us. It's about you guys. If you guys didn't agree to be a part of it, then it wouldn't be anything. We're just some promoters trying to put something together for the best. So,
everybody have an important role to play, and we just have to find a way to work together. Athletes, promoters, refs, the goal should be to make arm wrestling great or better,
Yes. No, I agree. Let me read some of these here comments. Dan said, thank you for your answer. His burns were so deep, he burned his bones. 60% of his body gave him a 13% chance to survive. Wow. And they're trying to make plans to amputate his arms. Yeah. Hey, Dan, try to get with the, see if you can inbox somebody because, hey, it's worth a try.
Yeah. Maybe text me or message me and I can put you in touch with Dr. Mark.
He said he's had 30 major surgeries.
Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he could very much benefit from stem cells.
Yeah, definitely get after that. It's always worth a inquiry. You can it's worth something. So yeah, I'm very excited about this round robin. We still have the 76 to do in March, and it's already locked in. And I'm still looking ahead till May. It's go ahead, buddy. But yeah, let's see. Sarah said, Ivan says Sarah is awesome. Can't wait to see her compete.
Oh,
Ivan Moreno. Yeah, it's exciting. Our 76, we have some. I don't know if you've seen that. We've got some beasts. Corey Miller, Sam Harris, Dusty High. I mean, it's just the amount of top level athletes all in one building. It was cool.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do you get to train with Artem?
So Artem lives 3 hours north from me.
Okay.
So it's kind of a hike, but we make sure, and on these events that's going on all the time, we may collab. And I did train with him a little over a month ago. I drove up to him because he was one of the people I wanted to train with for my match, right?
Yeah.
Not enough. I love training with Artem, and I wish there was more of that, but it's just the schedule and the time.
I totally understand that. We got, up here in the east side of Tennessee, we've got probably, what would you say, Chris? I mean, 4 groups within an hour of one another. So it's really nice. Any day you can just plop up somewhere. And we've got some high level guys up here. I want to say there's 7 top 20 ranked guys in East Tennessee alone. So it's really nice to have a good training group. And I say that, but I'm the laziest arm wrestler there ever is. Oh man. It's so hard to juggle promotion and competing.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's extremely true. And especially if you believe that, me, you take a craft and you perfect it. That's how it's cool if you can do a lot of cool things, right? But if you put all your energy into becoming the best promoter, imagine how cool that would be, right?
Yeah.
You're still 20 years into the sport, 20 plus years, so you're always going to be an arm wrestler. You can always come back when you want to, but maybe at this time in your life, maybe promoting will be your thing.
Yeah. that's kind of where I'm focused at. And it's hard. I have 2 children, 5 and 7. So they occupy my time and my wife. And then I'm also doing football. And it's just, I'll juggle so many things.
I get
it's
it.
crazy. I enjoy it though. I love it. Like I get off work and I'll get straight on the promoting. Like it doesn't seem like a hassle to me, like
it don't even stop for you at work. You're working on this stuff at work.
Yeah, I really am. My boss will come up to me and I'll be like, hey, hold on 1 second. I'm on the phone talking to important people.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I enjoy it.
Awesome. It will all pay off.
I hope so.
It will. You're a good person. And you too, Chris. Like you're doing great things for the sport and like it will pay off. So like as long as you know that and you just keep being consistent, it's gonna come a time when it's like, all right, we did this for this reason,
Yeah, I hope so. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, if all goes well, which we will make sure it does, we always do, me and Sarah, we talked offline a little bit about maybe in the future expanding this thing to more of a global type thing. Gabby expressed interest. And that would be insane.
Like that's my dream, right? Like I want to host that. Like could you imagine a round robin? And it could be anybody that feel like they want to spot or a shot at the number 1 title in the world, no matter what weight class. You can be whatever weight you want, but like just know that if you win this, you really are the best. And it will be, Gabby, Egle, Barbora, it will be all these monsters from over there, the Kazakhstan, that's my dream. That's it, So if we can make that happen, oh my God.
Let's do it. Hey,
well, we just need to continue to talk because I mean, we may be able to get it done.
Yeah. Oh, amazing.
Definitely. It's exciting. Like again, I echo it all the time. I think about this stuff all the time. I'm always trying to see what I can improve. It's very exciting. Very, very exciting. Mm-hmm. So, and that's another thing with the 54. It's like, at first I was like, well, how many are we going to be able to get, And it kind of stalled out at about 5 for a few days. And I'm like, okay, we might need to drop it to 8. Then I woke up overnight and boom, all the spots are filled.
Yeah.
And here's another 15 women. They're like, hey, I want that last spot. And I'm like, I'm going to have to be the bad guy and pick somebody.
But it's amazing because I feel like, especially here in America, and like it's common around the world, I was the same way. Like I was scared to lose for a long time, and it's recently where I have shifted my mindset. Like, this is our contribution back to the sport. How do you expect to get better if you don't put yourself in a vulnerable position? Who cares if you win or lose? People are going to have bad days. Nobody cares. People are going to look at you different because you lost a match. So I love that all these women are like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Like it's not even about the money so much. It's more like the internal desire. And I love to see that. I think that's what it takes,
Yeah, and that's what Merlene said last night. She said, with the men, obviously everybody's buddies, cool, right? Because arm wrestling, we're all one community. We're all brothers and sisters. But for some reason, when the women, it's a little bit different. Y'all are more like sisters. You know what I'm saying? Y'all enjoy, like, you could beat somebody and then right after you grabbing them to the side saying, hey, this is what you did wrong. It seems a little bit different for women. So it's going to be cool to see that dynamic and see how that works out. And also I agree with you about pulling. Pull as much as you can. Yeah. Every tournament I go to, I arm wrestle 2 classes, no matter what. Because I'm always in the lightest class, 54, and I always do 76s. And this past weekend, that was my 10th tournament of the year that I competed at. Wow. So it's like, don't be afraid to lose. I've lost plenty times this year, but I've benefited from pulling multiple classes, pulling as much as possible, that now it's like, okay, I'm able to do a little bit more now that I've got more wear and tear on my arm throughout the year.
Yep.
I'm a big proponent in pulling as much as possible.
Yep.
I mean, look at Artem, for example. This man pulls every other weekend, and look, he rose. He skyrocketed to the rankings.
Yeah.
And it's all because he goes out and he competes, and he's not afraid to lose. So I agree with that completely.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see. Hudson Valley Armbender says, Sarah, who do you think will be your toughest opponent in this round robin?
Yeah. So as of now, it looks like Sarah Wilson is my toughest opponent. She's just super strong, and not a lot of people know who it is, but she's been arm wrestling like all her life. She's 35 years old. Her dad, like you, brought her into the sport, and she is not traveling much, but she has that hardness that is so hard for women to achieve. And you can only achieve that with hard training for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not something that comes from a little pulling here and there. No, you got to go max effort for years.
Oh, yeah. And that's the way to do it. I mean, that's how the elite do it. You know, you go hard all the time. You don't slack off. So obviously we can't do a left-handed, right? I don't know if I talked to you about this or not, but it seems as if there's going to be a lot more women coming out just to support, right, and just to show up. And you know, in our regular tournament, because we have a tournament after the round robin, right? At all of our tournaments, women pull for free, right? That's just a rule of thumb that we're really trying to bring more women into the sport. So if we waive an entry, whatever. So all women pull for free, and we're also doing a cash prize for, the women. So left-handed, that would be cool if we could get like a 40-woman bracket that next day.
Yeah.
That would be insane. That would be a very fun time.
Oh my God. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it. I will try to hype this event up as much as I can.
Oh yeah, and I appreciate it. I saw your story. I'm like, yeah, Sarah's hyping it up. She's gonna. Yeah. I mean, you carry a lot of weight in this sport. You're one of the biggest stars in the sport. Period.
For sure.
When you talk, people listen. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, please.
So sweet.
I'll help you in a minute. We're almost done. But yeah, it's gonna be a blast. And again, I can't thank you enough for being a part of it. Let's see, what Dan say? Oh, Dan said Sarah Wilson's dad is Earl Wilson. He's a beast. Is Gabby in this round robin? So, Dan, no, Gabby's not in this round robin. The way we did it is this is North America Invitational. That's just how we marketed all of them to begin with. We didn't want to – all of us would love Gabby to be here. But, we don't want to go off the path and, we don't want to bend anything yet. But as Sarah said before, looking to the future, we got bigger plans, trust me. So that time will come. And hey, maybe we can get Gabby up here as like a guest referee or something. That'd be cool.
Right? Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
But yeah, Sarah, obviously I know you're a busy person. We don't want to keep you all night, but I really can't thank you enough. I can't thank all the ladies enough. I mean, really, when you agreed to be a part of it, I called Chris and I'm like, you ain't gonna believe this. She agreed to be a part of it, and
let's go. Yeah,
I about fell out of my truck.
Yeah, we're gonna be fanboying for a while. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people will.
We're all family.
I mean, you guys will probably bring out the biggest crowd out of all the round robins. Like, it seems like a lot of people are like, "Oh, yep, I'm going. I gotta go see Sarah. I gotta go see all them."
Yeah,
it's gonna be a blast.
I love it.
We can't wait to have you up. Obviously, it's a good ways out, but, we're always looking into the future.
Absolutely.
But we really want to wish you luck on your East-West match.
Yeah.
We'll be watching. We'll be cheering you on.
I appreciate it.
Go kick butt. Put the USA on the map.
Yeah.
Yes.
And good luck with all your events. And I'm sure we'll talk again.
Oh, definitely.
And most definitely.
I'm sure we'll be hitting you up anytime you want to come on here. We're the little people. Don't get me wrong. We're not famous or anything, but we would love to have you on here. Maybe get another couple women on here, and y'all could just chop it up a little bit.
Yeah, I love that.
But so I appreciate you coming on, Sarah.
Awesome.
Let's see. Robbie says it's mega that the torchbearer is going to be there. he'll see you in January in
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah, Roby. Yes, yes. I'll see you in Vegas.
All right, Sarah. Well, again, seriously, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
agreeing to be a part of this. Thank you for promoting it, helping us every way possible. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys. Have a good
We
night.
appreciate you all. Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
Man, that was awesome. Even though
That was cool. That was extremely awesome.
It was.
Sarah is the torchbearer. She's the queen of arm wrestling. I mean, let's just leave it that way. I mean, she is. And she carries a lot of weight for women arm wrestling. Not only women arm wrestling, but she's a star in arm wrestling, period. Like,
yes.
I mean, you got to put her up there with Devin, you know? I mean, say Sarah Bäckman. People are going to say arm wrestling. They know. You know what I'm saying? So,
for sure.
I can't stop smiling because this is just going to be a historical event, bro.
It is. I'm glad that I can be a part of it, you know, something this big and, you know, for the women, not only just for the women, just for arm wrestling in general, you know, I'm just happy to be a part of it. You know, I can't really express how excited I am, but it's amazing.
It's a blast. And I enjoy doing these and talking to new people. I mean, that's the first, I've talked to Sarah a little bit through Messenger, but that's the first time we, you know, face to face.
Right.
Through phone or whatever. It was really cool to hear her upbringing and her accomplishments and what she's went through, you know, and she's right about United States arm wrestling. We don't really take it as seriously as overseas, you know, like it's a legitimate pro sport over there. And here it's kind of, you know, and we're trying to work on changing that, but it's kind of a, hey, show up and whatever, you know,
right.
And these events that we're trying to do is look at Robbie. He said, okay, fanboys. All right, Robbie. Okay, man. Forgive me, my guy. No, but I feel like our events that we're trying to do here with these round robins, they really are bringing the best together and solidifying who, you know, who the top of the leaderboard is.
Right.
Dan says, when will the 176 men's round robin be held? March 29th and March 30th in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. I have an event page on my Facebook. And yeah, it's already locked in. We're giving away $6,400. I mean, it's going to be a big old stack of money. Let's see, off the top of my head, Corey Miller, Sam Harris, Devin Bear, Dusty Hyatt, Dalton Duncan, Austin Tevis, Cole Casper. Let's see. Sorry, I was reading a comment. Eli Sadov, Chance Holiday. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And, you know, it's going to be a blast. The 76, and we're going to get back on the 76 here soon. You know, we'll get some of those guys to come on and talk with us.
Of course.
Obviously, that one's before the women. We're really perplexed at what we were able to put together for the women, and you know, it's gaining a lot of hype right now. But we're really going to turn up the heat on the 76. Robbie says, what does Robbie say? Robbie says, we definitely don't. This is a semi-pro, half-ass hobby for most because we can't treat it as our main source of income. That is correct, Robbie. You're not wrong there, dude. I mean, ask any arm wrestler what their dream is. Their dream would be able to turn this into their job, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it just don't have the backing here, you know? And, you know, I don't know how. I feel like WAL was probably the closest to be able to really turn this into, hey, you don't have to work no more. Here's your money, right? But, you know, you see they didn't last, right? And I don't know what their plans are in the future. I hope they come back. And I loved WAL, right? I loved watching it on my TV. I loved watching the athletes. To me, they really put athletes in a good spotlight, right? Like people, you know, I go to my work, right? And there are people who know these arm wrestlers just from WAL. Like they know Devin, they know Todd Hutchings, they know Jerry, they know Michael Todd. And I think that's cool. And I feel like WAL did a great job at that. You know, obviously, Sorry, I'm reading these comments. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They went away for a reason. I don't know if COVID had something to do with that or not, but I'm always hoping they come back. All promotions, right? I feel like that's probably the closest we had to that goal, but I don't know. It's a hard thing to do without a lot of financial backing,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, my man Chris right here, he's the financial backer on all these round robins outside of what sponsorship we do get, and he's busting his ass every day at work to be able to make these things happen, man. And it's it's hard work. It's hard work for a little bit of money, Sarah Latona says, sorry I was late, guys. It's all right, Sarah. You can go back and watch it. Sarah had a lot of good perspective on the round robin. Dan says, have you picked all the competitors in the 76? Yeah, pretty much. Dan says, if you get a cancellation, please consider me. I'm a 4-time IFA 176 disabled world champ. Hey, hit me up, Dan. We've got a list. We're always taking a list of potential replacements in case somebody pulls out. Injuries happen. We've had 2 round robins now. Fortunately enough, we've only had to replace 3 guys, 1 in the 54 and 2 in the 98s. Yeah, so things happen. So yeah, hit me up. We'll get your name on the list, and things can happen, and you could find yourself in there. Hey, look at the 98s. Our last edition was Casey Coley. I mean, he begged us for months. And Robbie, if he's still in here, he can comment and attest to this. Casey begged me and Robbie for months. Hey, man, put me in that. And, if I'm being honest and I'm being real, and I keep everything transparent, me and Robbie was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if Casey can handle these guys. And that's just me being honest. Well, fast forward to October 21st, this man finished as 6th and comes home with money. So, and he was a late addition. So anything can happen, man. We'll get you on that list, and yeah, it's always good to be ready because anything can happen.
Sure.
Let's see. He says, I'll surprise the shit out of everybody like I always do. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Hey, where are you from, Dan? Comment there. Let me know where you're from. I don't know. But yeah, man. It's gonna be a blast. It's a blessing. It is. But back to the WAL thing, or the taking it seriously as a sport. I think it starts with competitiveness, right? You look at we can't get on TV, right? There has to be a reason we can't get on TV. To me, maybe I'm a little biased here, but to me, these round robins, that'd be perfect for TV.
It would be.
I mean, you got 12 of the top guys, right? Or women. And let's just say if you needed to, you could speed up the process a little bit, right? You could get that show done in 2.5 hours. That's a basketball game, right? So it's like, if that's something that can be done, right? That's what arm wrestling needs, in my opinion, to get to that next level. Because arm wrestling is known as a bar sport, right? It's known as, oh yeah, you go arm wrestle your buddies on the hood of your truck or whatever. And like, how many times have you heard it when somebody asks you about arm wrestling and they say, that's a sport? I mean, how many times have you heard that? A lot, right?
I hear it a lot.
I get tired of saying, yeah, dude, it's a damn sport, bro. Like, look it up. Like, don't ask me that question. So I feel like that's what's needed, if somebody can turn on the channel, right? And it's getting better now because there's so many opportunities to stream, right? Any given day you can turn on YouTube and find an arm wrestling event, Facebook. But like, it needs to be where someone can turn on their TV or turn on YouTube and boom, there it is. Because, I mean, that's ultimately how you figure it out, right? You find interest in new things by, I don't know.
Oh, for sure.
I'm rambling, but
look, I've got some company that just showed up from Michigan, so I'm about to jump.
All right, man. Let's cut it short, buddy.
All right, I'll holler at you here after a while after they leave.
Okay, bro. Hit me
All right.
up, man.
All right.
See you.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, I guess I'm about to wrap this up, guys. Yeah, I enjoyed talking to Sarah. School lady boy, what's up? What's up? And Dan, you're from Canada, Thunder Bay, Ontario. Okay. Hey, man, I need to get up to Canada. I'd love to come up there. I don't get to travel up north a lot, but I would really love to come up there. What's up, buddy?
I can't how we get on TV.
All right, I'll help you in a minute. I'm about to wrap this up. But yeah, guys, that's probably going to be it for tonight. If you missed it, go back and watch it. We were on here with Sarah Bäckman. She, School Lady Boy, Tennessee. Oh yeah, that's where we're at. And but Sarah had some good input on everything. She had some thoughts on the round robins. She's got an upcoming match with East West in 12 days, I think she said. So. Yeah, go back and watch it, man. It was a very fun interview. It was cool to have her on. I'm always starstruck. We're the little people. I always say that we're never too big for anybody. So when we get somebody as big of a star as she is, it's it's a blessing to have people like that on here and have their support as well. So, all right, guys, let me wrap this up. I don't know when our next one will be. I don't have any guests lined up, so if you want to come on, hit me up. We would love to talk to anybody and everybody. I love talking to new people. And School Lady Boy, can't wait for the 217. Yes, dropping tomorrow. Brad dropped that today. The 198 round robin will be dropping tomorrow on 217, their YouTube channel. So that's going to be awesome to see. The live, that's one thing, but Brad does an incredible job at really capturing, the moment, right? He can make you feel it in the moment. So let's see. Dan says, thanks, LeBray. I live on a little lake. Come up and okay. I have to take you up on that, Dan. I would love to come up there. Maybe get some training in, That'd be awesome. But yeah, guys. Don't forget the 198 round robin 217. Go check that out. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to watch it. Again, I've watched the live a million times. I can't wait to watch Brad's. He does the best job. But all right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up and get off here and go take care of my little man here. He's wanting me to go play video games with him, so I'm going to go hang out with my kiddos. So again, if you want to come on, hit me up. Yeah. Other than that, peace, guys.